What up, good people? Back with today's reflection. In today's reflection, I want to give a salute to a man in the Bible that don't get a lot of credit. But when you really look at his story and you analyze it in a different way, a different perspective, you realize that this was a hell of a man. He may not be a prophet. He may not get, the highlights of people like Solomon and David and Noah and, all the big names. But he was a descendant of all those. And I'm talking about Joseph. Joseph was a hell of a man. We know about the story of the Virgin Mary and that she was tasked with being the mother of Jesus Christ, carrying Jesus Christ. And that's a hell of a mission to carry on. But Joseph, being her husband, her newly found husband, and getting the message that you're not even going to be that not only is your wife already pregnant after you get married to her, y'all ain't never slept together, but you have been tasked with the mission of covering this child that ain't yours. That's a hell of a mission, man. For us men, right? We got so much pride and ego. It's hard for us to be able to raise another man's child. It's easier for women to do it because women are naturally nurturers. So it's easy for them to take on a child that isn't theirs, and they still can cover that child and love that child and raise that child. But for men, we got so much ego and pride, like we feel a disconnect if we weren't the co-creators of that child. I know many brothers, man, that have been raising children, have had a time when they was raising a child, and then they find out years later that the child wasn't theirs. That's heartbreaking to a man. A lot of men can't ever recover from that. They be so heartbreaking that not only do they break off a relationship with the woman, but a lot of times they even break off the relationship with the child because it's just that much hurt and heartache. But Joseph didn't do that, and he contemplated it. It says that Joseph thought about leaving Mary when he found out she was pregnant, and we ain't even slept together. We just got married. And you talking about you pregnant? Yeah, I got to let you go. But instead of doing that, Joseph covered Mary. Not only did he cover Mary and keep her secret, he didn't let nobody know, and he covered Jesus Christ. And that's phenomenal to me, man. He was the first stepdaddy that I know of on record in the Bible, and he just don't get enough credit. So I salute Joseph. Hell of a man.